What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So quick little recap of yesterday. We had a decent day overall. We ran up a bag on Prizepicks, swept the board on Prizepicks other than correlations, but we did cash some correlation last night as well. Looking at our free picks from yesterday, we ended up 4-3 on the day. So Josh Hart shit the bed on us. Obviously, that one sucked. Brunson couldn't hit his 24 points, which if Josh Hart would have cashed and Brunson would have missed, I'd have been a little bit upset. And then we obviously had Skubal miss his pitcher win. That game was a one-run game total. Both pitchers, Waka and Skubal, both pitched lights out. So they just couldn't hit off Waka last night, tonight, whatever you want to call it. So unlucky on those. Now, we have another massive MLB slate tonight. I will say congrats to the Pacers. Pacers versus OKC finals coming up here soon. So looking forward to that. Hopefully the series is competitive and not a blowout on a lot of these games. I'm hoping it does end up being more competitive than a lot of people are probably going to give credit for. But anyways, guys, I'm going to do a little quick recap of yesterday. Then we'll go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday to win a free month. And then we'll get into these picks. So recap of yesterday. So I posted this. Judge, Acuna Jr., and then Ohtani yesterday. Hits, runs, RBIs. That cashed is 100 for 286. Little and Sonny Gray. So this is a no walks first inning slip with Sonny Gray. $1,000 to win $2,500. This was posted by one of our mods. Our mods have been absolutely crushing it lately. Shout out to Inked for this play. $1,000 play, man. Ink usually doesn't nuke plays like this. Every once in a while he will, and he's been tearing them up every time he does it. So shout out to Inked for that once again. We cashed this nice correlation, 50 to win 375. That cashed us 100 for 200 here on Skubal and Siakam, 75 for 225. A little second half slip, Siakam and Anunoby. We had Dylan Cease and Senzatella, 100 for 225, and then 75 for 150 with Robbie Ray and Sonny Gray. So I've got two more free slips for you guys tonight. If you guys do want to get every single one of our plays, click that link down in the description. Go join our WAP, $10 a week or $25 a month, less than $1 a day for our monthly package, which is insanely cheap compared to what a lot of these other guys are charging, $200, $300 a month, which is absolutely absurd, especially for people that obviously aren't going to have a lot of bankroll. So I try to make it affordable for everybody. Links down in the description of that if you guys do want to get all of our plays. Obviously, our Discord is free to join. If you don't want to buy our VIP, you don't have to. At least join our Discord. And if you guys do want to get a free month, you can sign up for any partnered app. Those includes Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Prizepicks, Parlay Play, Better, NOVIG, Dabble. Any of those 8 apps get you a free month of VIP. You just use our code, you make the minimum deposit, you send me a screenshot, and I'll get you added for every single one. You can get up to 8 full months for free, which is obviously a lot of months if you guys do want to get them. But anyways, that being said, guys, let's jump into our winner from yesterday's video. And I'm feeling gracious. I've been doing this a lot. I'm being too nice on this. We got like 290 likes. The minimum goal on these videos from now on is going to be 350 likes. Now, the MLB season is coming in full swing. It's going to be a lot of less views on these videos. So I'm going to drop it to 300 for MLB only videos. But if you guys can get this video to 300 likes, I will pick a random comment down below to win a free month. So smash the like button, drop a comment. You got to be subscribed to win. And let's pick our winner from yesterday. So hopefully this works this time. It didn't work yesterday. The website was bugging, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. It looks like it's bugging again. So we may not be using this platform very much longer. It's kind of unlucky. I could maybe type in, let's pull up Comment Shark on a different browser and see if it's the browser. So we got that. Let's go ahead and pick our winners. Maybe that'll work on a different browser. Maybe not. Yeah, it looks like the site's just down. So I'm going to have to go to our other YouTube comment picker, and I'm going to stop the video, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pick the comment on that one. All right, I got the other comment picker. We got old Trusty here picking our winner from this video. Let's go ahead and get this going. Winner from yesterday's video is going to be for Faux Locks, who said 7 props you feeling yourself today. I was feeling myself yesterday. Now, I didn't go the way I had planned, but I will say I have 5 plays for today on this MLB only slate. So, Faux, send me a message on Discord, man. You got yourself a free month of VIP. I appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys. And let's go ahead and jump into this. And let's go ahead and pick some of these hopefully winning props. Now, I will say, guys, I got Parlay Play open here. It's going to be really hard for me to lock in a live slip on Parlay Play just due to not some of these props aren't going to be on Parlay Play. I locked in these props on Chalkboard. Both slips are on Chalkboard. So use code FANTASYACES when you sign up for Chalkboard, and you get a free month of VIP as well as a deposit match up to $100. Highly recommend everybody at least have Chalkboard right now for baseball because you get a lot of different props like pitcher wins. So I got you guys 2 pitcher wins today. I had some people asking for it yesterday. I've got a 2-unit pitcher play to win $430. So we'll lock that in here just a minute. But we're going to jump into our first 3, which are going to be pitching outs, which is kind of a discounted line. I played 3 pitching outs to get a double up on Chalkboard, which I'll show you guys here. So the first one's going to be for our man Paddock. So we're taking Chris Paddock over 14.5 pitching outs. His line's sitting at 16.5 on most apps, which makes this very, very difficult to play on these apps. So most of these pitchers are either going to sit at 14.5 or 17.5, and sometimes they try to let a pitcher finish the inning. So unless a pitcher's getting lit up in the inning they start, then they're probably going to finish. So 16.5 is just an ugly number. That's why I don't like playing the 16.5. So we bought this down on Chalkboard to 14.5. He's cashed this line in 9 of his 11 games this season so far. He had 2 games where he pitched a full 7 innings versus San Francisco and then versus Baltimore here. So 2 7-inning games there. He's pitched 16 in the last 2 games versus Tampa Bay and Cleveland. Against a pretty decent hitting team. They are playing against the Mariners tonight. The Mariners have been doing pretty decent offensively. If you look at the Seattle versus a right-handed pitcher, they have a 235 batting average, which is obviously bad. Do I have under selected? No, I don't. They have a 326 on base percentage, which is really good. 33% on base percentage and a 723 slug percentage, or OPS, not slug percentage, it's on base plus slug percentage. But it's a 723, which is not bad. It's actually middle of the pack, top 15. So not terrible, not amazing either. But anyways, looking at Chris Paddock on the season so far, he is 2-5. He's a 3.92 ERA with a 120 WHIP. So he hasn't been an amazing pitcher. He's mediocre, kind of middle of the pack there. Head to head versus Seattle, he had 16 outs his last game, which was back on May 8th of last year. So this was last season. So I can't pull Chris Paddock up over here on RotoWire. I just pull this up to kind of look at how the hitters fare versus these pitchers. So if I can find this game, first of all. So I'm looking for Seattle, Minnesota. We're going to click Chris Paddock. Hopefully the lines are posted so that I can actually look at this. So we got the chart here. So you can see there's not a lot of data here. Crawford, 7 at-bats, 1 hit, 3 and 0 hits, 3 and 2 hits, 0-0, 2 and 2 hits, 2 and 1 hits. So he has a 3.5 OPS, Garver does. He has 2 at-bats, 2 hits, and a home run with an RBI and a walk. Dude has been obviously good in his only 2 at-bats. 2 at-bats isn't a big enough sample size for me to be too worried about it. Overall, there's not much going on here for the OPS. That's really what I'm looking at right now versus these for these pitchers. I think our man Paddock will go 5 full innings, and I like him tonight or tomorrow night for 14.5. So I've got him locked in there. If you look at this prop, you're not going to be able to get it on most apps. You can't get it on Chalkboard, and I'll show you guys that free slip once we get them all locked in. Now, looking at Chris Paddock over here on Parlay play, it's probably just going to be 16.5, and we're probably not going to be able to do anything with that. So Parlay play doesn't even have the line up on the board just yet. So anyways, looking at pitching outs over on Prizepicks, we'll take a look. Let's see here, Chris Paddock. So they have him at 16.5. So I'm not going to touch that line. I don't like the under or the over on that one. If they get 16.5, he's pretty much going to have to. Obviously, a lot of these pitchers will sometimes get pulled at 17 if they're pitching bad. But 16.5, man, I just don't like those types of lines. I'd rather have the 17.5 and go for the full 6, or go for 5, or go take an under. And I'm not taking the under on Paddock because he could go 6 innings. It is possible. He had 7 versus San Francisco and Baltimore. So there's definitely some potential to go full 6 here for our man Paddock if he has a good game. So 14.5 is what I liked in. That's going to locked in. That is going to be pick number 1. I know you can only get it on Chalkboard right now. It's not going to be a good payout. I know this, guys. This isn't a prop that I'm saying go straight bet. You can't straight bet this prop for any type of decent money. So what I'm saying is play these together on Chalkboard for a double up. If you don't have Chalkboard, then try playing. There's another prop that I'll have here that you can take. But anyways, that's going to be pick number 1. Pick number 2 is Bryce Elder. I'm taking Bryce Elder for that same prop, 14.5. His original is 15.5. He probably cashes 15.5. I mean, they're playing against the Red Sox. Red Sox are a pretty decent hitting team. You can look at the Red Sox, 254 batting average, a 323 OBP, OPS of 756. If you look at Bryce Elder has had a pretty rough start to the season. He's 2-2 with a 4.50 ERA and a 125 WHIP. Now, his last 2 games, he went 6 full innings versus Washington and versus Pittsburgh. Versus Colorado. In Colorado, he went full 6. He went 5 full versus the Dodgers. His pitch count's been 88.6 so far, averaging on the season. He's had 2 games where he hit 99 pitches. So he could definitely give us 6 innings. If you want to take him at 15.5, I would take the over on this before I took the under 15.5. That's just me. It is plus money. You can play it on Parlay Play as well at a 202 payout, which is really, really good. I'm buying this down. So it's up to you guys. I'm not going to run the play over 15.5. I'm just telling you I would probably do that. He might get pulled at 5. Who knows? Depends on how well the Red Sox come out here and hit. There's not going to be any data versus the Red Sox. I'll pull it up over here on RotoWire. Take a look at the matchups. Let's see here. Bryce Elder. So the data here, we have literally 0 batting data versus Bryce Elder from this Red Sox lineup. So obviously it's better for a pitcher in that situation. Braves are at home. There's 1% of precipitation. No, not really any wind here. 7 miles per hour wind. Everything looks good. Boston's minus 135 favorites. I do think that Boston's probably going to win with Crochet on the mound versus Bryce Elder. So it's not really going to be a favorable matchup for Atlanta. But I do think Bryce Elder comes out here and gives us 5 innings. So 14.5, you can look at him on the season. He's cashed 7 of 8 games. 2024, he cashed at 7 of 10. He should be able to give us 5 full innings. And I could see him getting the 15.5 as well if you wanted to take that. So I like that better than the under. And the under is obviously the favored play here. But 14.5 is what I locked in. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the full first slip. That way you can lock it in if you want to. And this is what I got. So $75 to win 154. Chris Paddock, Clay Holmes, and Bryce Elder. So I took Clay Holmes over 17.5, which you guys can get on other platforms. So Mets are playing against the Rockies, obviously. Rockies, obviously, one of the worst offenses in the league right now. Clay Holmes has slightly struggled this season. He's been over 5 of 11 games, averages 16.45. He just had 17 versus the White Sox. His pitch count sitting around 89 per game. He had 102 his last game. They'll give him a long leash if he needs it. Going against literally the worst offense in the league. 224 batting average, 287 OBP, 654 OPS. Clay Holmes is 5-3 on the season with a 298 ERA and a 124 WHIP. So he's been dealing a lot of these games, just not going deep into it. So regardless, Clay Holmes, I think, gets the 6 innings tonight. This is obviously a gut feeling. If you look at the data here, I still think Clay Holmes, I still lean towards the over. Now, you can see he did struggle at the beginning of the season, but as of lately, he's really kind of found his stride, and I like Clay Holmes tonight. So looking at this over here on RotoWire, we'll see the matchup for hitters versus pitchers here. So Clay Holmes, we're going to scroll down, look at the batting lineup, and then obviously there's not much data, which once again favors these hitters, or favors the pitcher, I mean. So Tovar, 1 at-bat, 1 hit. He's at 2 OPS. And then we have Farmer with 2 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 RBI with a 1.16. The rest of them is pretty much 0. He had 2 walks for McMahon over here, which is a 1 OPS, which really doesn't affect our man Holmes in terms of that. So as long as he keeps good control, as long as he doesn't get completely destroyed, which he shouldn't from Colorado. Colorado is not a powerhouse by any means. But Clay Holmes should be able to come out here and give us that full 6 innings, which you guys can get over here on Prizepicks as well. If you lock it in with a regular line, that would give you a 2.5x. So the payout on this is actually pretty good. I don't think they have it on here. They do, 1.35x right now. They added some extra plays. So if you played that with Bryce Elder, you'd have a 2.7x, which honestly, throwing like $75 on it might not be a bad play. So I could lock this in just to do it for the video's sake. I'm going to do that just so I have some skin in the game with Bryce Elder. Just $75, which is literally like 1 unit for me, but on Parlay Play it's not. I play more on Parlay Play. I do want to show you guys something, by the way. So this cashed Ray and Fat. This missed, dude. Fat under 6.5 hits allowed. That cashed. Corbin chalked me there. So waiting for that slip to pay out, and then this one chalked me, which really, really sucks for $555. That one hurt. But Holmes, Elder, got that one locked in if you guys do want to tell that. I don't love Bryce Elder over 15.5, but I'm going to take a chance with you guys just because I told you guys to play. So I'm going to take a risk with it too. So the next 2 are going to be pitcher wins. These are going to be more sweaty plays. These are going to be plays you should not put a lot of money on, guys. I'm telling you that right now. Once again, this is not financial advice. None of these plays are. Lock in at your own free will. And obviously, if you're addicted to this stuff, make sure you're taking the breaks you need and keep your mind right on this, guys. Don't risk more than you're willing to lose. But anyways, let's go ahead and pull this slip up. I'm going to show you guys. We got Kevin Gausman and we got Clay Holmes. Pitcher wins. I think Toronto comes out here, gets the win over the A's. I think the Mets come out here and get the win over Colorado. The favorable pitcher matchups for me, Gausman's a better pitcher than Sears. In my opinion, Toronto has better hitters than the A's. In my opinion, Clay Holmes is a far better pitcher than whoever Colorado has. I can't even remember who it is pitching for Colorado. Colorado has no pitchers, obviously. They're a struggling team. Mets are a way better offense than Colorado. So for me, all we need is these pitchers to come out here, pitch a good game, and then for their offense to just score some runs. And that's what I think is going to happen. That's why I locked in this slip. $150 to win $430 over here on Chalkboard if you want to tell. So let's jump into the Clay Holmes or Kevin Gausman pick first. So Gausman, his pitching out props at 19.5. They are predicting him to go deep into this game versus the A's, which is kind of crazy to me. So I'm going to buy this down. We're going to put it at 14.5 because for a pitcher win, all you need is for the pitcher to go 5 full innings. If you look at Gausman, he's went over every single game this season except once versus the Yankees, where the Yankees put up 11 runs that game, which is obviously he's not going to pitch that long. So he's averaging 18 pitching outs per game, which is 6 full innings. 10 of 11 games this season he's cashed, averaging 93 pitches per game, which is obviously over 100 in a couple of games. He has a pretty decently long leash. Kevin Gausman's 5-4 in the season with a 3.68 ERA. Strikeouts, almost a strikeout per inning pitcher with a 9.92 whip. Going against an offense that's not bad. The A's are not a bad team. I don't dislike the team at all. Batting average, 248. Not a great hitting team. A 316 on-base percentage and a 729 OPS, which is almost a top 10 team in terms of OPS. Kevin Gausman is a top 91st percentile in whip, which is walks and hits per inning pitched. Not a terrible pitcher. Head-to-head, he had a full 9 innings his last game versus the A's, which was back last season. So 27 outs that game. Pitched a gem, hoping for a similar performance tonight. If he pitches the full 9 innings, which obviously that's probably not going to happen. I predict him to go at least 6 innings. He may go a little bit deeper into the game, but 6 innings is what I'm going for here for our man Kevin Gausman. Like this play a lot. He should give it at least 5, and he should cash this line for us, I think. So we're going to look at the matchup on both of these teams. A's versus Blue Jays. We're going to click Kevin Gausman. So looking at this, not many of these batters have seen him too much. You have 3 at-bats with 1 hit, 3 with 0, 3 with 1, 4 with 1, 1 with 0, 3 with 1. OPS on a lot of these, not super good. I like this matchup for Gausman. I don't think this doesn't scare me that much, and assuming that majority of these top hitters haven't even seen him before, which is obviously better for Gausman. If we look at the other side of things, we're going to look at JP Sears. So Sears, obviously, they same situation here. Not many of the hitters that have even seen him, but the ones that have, you got 7 at-bats, 0 hits, 5 with 3, 6 and 2. So you got a couple of hitters that do okay. Clement and Varsho kind of hit on him a few times. Springer has struggled. I'm hoping some of these other batters can make some contact, but obviously it's going to be more favorable for the pitcher as well. I can see this being a pretty low-scoring game. I don't think Sears is going to get completely destroyed this game by any means, but if you do look at Sears, 4-5 on the season with a 5.18 ERA and a 1.27 whip. So Sears is not a great pitcher. He's mediocre, and I do think that Kevin Gausman pulled out the win for that one. So obviously, second one we have Clay Holmes. We've already talked about Clay Holmes here once. I got Clay Holmes going over 5.5, or I have Clay Holmes going full 6 innings. So obviously, for Holmes to go to full 5, it's obviously going to be a lot more free. He's cashed 9 of 11 games on the season, 82% hit rate. We've already looked at his pitch count. We've already looked at him on the season, and we've already looked at how Colorado hits versus him, which is not good. So let's look at Palmquist. So Carson obviously is their pitcher for today, who is a horrible pitcher in my opinion. Not very good. None of these Mets batters have seen him yet, so obviously it's going to be more favorable for him. But let's take a look at him. 0-3 with almost a 9 ERA. Dude is giving up a run per inning on average right now. He's going to get lit up by this Mets offense, in my opinion, and he has a 202 whip, which is absolutely horrendous. One of the worst pitchers in the league right now, especially for a starting pitcher. He's probably not going deep into this game, and I think he gets lit up. So Clay Holmes, pitcher win. Love this play. This would be my pick of the day if I had to lock one in, multiple slips. It would be Clay Holmes for a win because I really, really think the Mets dominate them tonight. Colorado has no bullpen, so even if Palmquist gets taken out, they're going to destroy Palmquist. I don't even know how you say his name, to be honest with you, but whatever. Regardless, I think Clay Holmes cashes, and I think Gausman cashes his slip for us. So those are our picks for today. We got Paddock, Holmes, and Elder all over pitching outs for a double up on Chalkboard, and then we got Gausman and Holmes for the pitcher win, 150 to win 430. So lock them in if you like them, guys. Fade them if you don't. I hope you guys have an awesome day today, and I hope you cash everything. Make sure you guys join our Discord if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video after hopefully we get this sweep.